son and dad, they were playing. They have like very little like attention span, so it came up a little bit. And like it was
So you
just
have no idea
weird
why you were
because
there.
no one. Also, some girls came from LA, like two of them, and they were also like all looking at each other, like, "What am I doing here? Like, what's going on?"
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Photographer Profile Podcast. My name is Nathan Rupert, and I started this channel to give photographers a worldwide platform to share their work and stories. My guest today is Maya. Hey, Maya, how you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for joining. Please just give us an introduction about yourself and your photography for the viewers out there.
My name is Maya. So originally I'm from Russia. I moved here to the States about 5 years ago. I've been living in New York for a couple years and then in Bay Area, and now I'm living in San Diego. Actually, I'm the beginner photographer. I just started professionally a year ago, and I couldn't like figure out what to do before. I was trying different things at first, and then I found photography, and I like fell in love with it really quickly. And I love people. I love talking to people and like communicating and taking pictures of people mostly. That's what I do now. I do family photography and weddings and couples. Right now I'm a full-time photographer and I enjoy what I do.
Before we get to your first photo showcase, where are you located exactly? You're in San Diego?
Oh yeah, San Diego, La Jolla.
Oh, La Jolla. Beautiful
Yeah.
area.
Yeah, I love this area. It's very nice.
Are you single, taken? Is complicated? What's your status for those people wondering out there?
Could you repeat, please?
Oh, are you
Sorry.
single, married?
I am married. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get
Yeah.
to your first showcase picture right here. Let me know when you see that.
Yeah. My wedding shot.
All right. Tell us the story behind this photo and why you wanted to feature it.
Because I'm pretty new, I did like just basic portraits. At first, I didn't even know like how to do this kind of photos, like where the couple is in the middle and it's not blurry and other people are like blurry. I just saw this on Instagram. I think it's like a trend. It's very popular right now. I just decided to try it out and see if I could do this like similar. I was pretty happy with the results. It was like my first try of. It's not just the shot. You have to like explain people what they're gonna do and explain the couple like that they have to like stay still for a few seconds and everyone else is moving, and then you have to do the correct like shutter speed and like correct settings to get this image. I really like how it ended up looking.
I
think
like
it's
it
pretty
too.
cute.
You got the perfect break, right? There's a little break in between the people going around them, which is
Yeah, I
nice.
think I would probably get some more people on the left side. And the couple, I feel like they're probably a little bit blurry. Like I wanted them to be a little sharper, but overall,
Yeah.
I think it looks good.
Did you use a tripod for this or no
No,
tripod?
no, with the weddings, it's like fast paced, and usually it's not a lot of time to experiment and try new things. I didn't have a chance to get my tripod. I was just doing it with my hands, and that's why it's a little bit like not that sharp
I mean,
with
it's
the
great for a
couple.
first try, and like you said, you can just
Yeah, right.
get better and better and better
Yeah.
at it.
I wish
Keep
I had some
practicing.
more time, like with weddings, to just have like some try some new techniques and experimenting and something creative. But usually it's pretty short on time. I don't have a lot of like time to get creative in some way.
Just get some friends together. Get some friends together on the weekend and have them mess around
Yeah,
with you or something like.
that's why I do sometimes like some style shoots where we have time, like they're a couple and we have time to do some different things. in the
All
style
right.
shoot.
Let me stop sharing real fast. Before we see more pictures, do you have any hobbies outside of photography that you enjoy?
I do. I love dancing and yoga
Okay.
and drawing.
Do you do what kind of dancing do you do? Like
Dancing,
Russian?
I do like some like sexy dances,
Oh, sexy
like
dance.
high heels, pole dance. Yeah.
Like burlesque type stuff.
I do yoga too. Like I have a certificate as a yoga teacher. I
Oh,
just love trying new things. Recently, I even got more into like acrobatic stuff, like
wow.
aerial silks and hammock and hoop, like where you're flying and you kind of like in circus.
I've seen that before. I photographed a circus event at the observatory in North Park. I don't know if they do it
Mm-hmm.
anymore, but it's an Alice in Wonderland type circus show. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Wow. Nice. Yeah, I haven't seen them. Okay.
Okay, so this is our next picture. Please give us the background of this picture and why you chose to feature it.
Yes. So this shot, I was helping another photographer. He had about like a family, about 40 people. It was a very big group of people. Asked me to do like some smaller groups. This is mom and daughter. They were really cute and candid. They were just laughing and talking with each other. This is my favorite type of photos, like candids, when people don't pose and they just like they relax, they show like their own personalities and they like just enjoy being themselves. I really love this shot, like how they looking at each other and laughing. I think you can like feel their like warm relationship and their laugh, like mom
It
daughter.
almost looks posed. It almost looks posed. Their candid laughing looks posed. They're so good
Yeah,
at it.
I mean, I always like try to. I kind of tell them like they were just staying, and first we did some posed ones where they were looking at the camera, and I was like telling them what to do, and then I always like to say, just pretend I'm not here. Just be yourself. You can talk to each other. You can smile. You can laugh, and like, they start just laughing and looking at each other, and I do quick shots of them.
It's funny. People have a hard time doing fake laughing, right? They try to
Yeah, I know.
mimic their real laughing, but they can never do it correctly.
Even that's funny, even when I ask people just to walk, some people start overthinking it and they even start walking like very
Like a robot.
very tense, yeah, like robots, and I like trying to get them to relax. But it happens. It's normal, I feel like. A lot of people, especially in the beginning of the shoot, they feel a little bit uncomfortable in front of the camera if they're not
Yeah.
models. But in the end, they always feel like very relaxed with me.
All right, everyone. So we moved inside just because we were hearing a little bit of noises on the outside. Before we get to more pictures, how did you get into photography? I know you said you're kind of a beginner. How did you get into photography to begin with? What made you start?
It was actually last year when we moved to Bay Area and when I just moved to America. I was working with kids mostly. I was a teacher and a nanny my whole life. My first degree is an English teacher to teach Russian to Americans, for example. I didn't really enjoy teaching languages, so I wanted
Yeah.
something more creative. I've always been like a creative person, and in my childhood I wanted to be like a designer or choreographer, but my parents always told me like, oh, it's not an actual job. You have to find something more stable. And I've been trying a lot of things. Like I wanted to be a psychologist, a yoga teacher. I actually have a yoga teacher certificate, but I've never actually like started teaching. Wanted to be a designer, a web designer, an artist, a tattoo artist. Then just last year, my friend gave me a camera. I liked it so much. I just started doing it and I never stopped. I don't get tired of it or bored. I got it from my mom because she loves taking photos. Every travel trip for a day or two, she has like thousands of pictures. Her camera memory like is always full. She's been doing photos her whole life, but she's an engineer. In Russia, it was this mentality that you have to be like engineer or a lawyer or a doctor or a teacher
Right.
to be successful. She always kept it as a hobby. When my friend gave me her camera, I really enjoy it and I love doing it. So
Do you think you'll keep with it as 100%
yeah,
full time? Okay.
yeah, like for the next 10 years, I would say for sure, but who knows what's gonna happen in the
At
future.
least you have your yoga teacher training to fall back onto, right? If something happens, you can
Yeah,
do that.
for sure. I love photography so much, so I don't want to do anything else, to be honest.
All right. Well, let's take a look at your next picture here.
What's the next
Give
one?
us your viewpoint and story on this one.
I love that one. The mom was pregnant, so they're waiting for the second child. This girl, she was like 3 or 4, and she was so cute. And I like her dress, and she's just the cutest child. Her blonde hair and blue eyes. As I told before, most of the times when I started out, I've been doing only basic shots. Recently, I've been trying to do more detailed shots, like their hands or just some
Yeah.
part of their body. I really like how this one looks without the face, kind of just focusing on the girl and how he's holding her hand. It shows
Yeah.
like how much he loves her, and I feel like it's very cute and how you say it, emotional for me picture.
Yeah, it's a very interesting crop. You have to take risks, right, to really see what works and see what doesn't. And did he like
Yeah,
it,
right.
this picture?
Yeah, I only had like a couple clients in the beginning, my first months, when they didn't really like the edit and I re-edited them. My recent clients in San Diego, all the clients like love the pictures all the time, so they're happy with
That's all
them.
that matters in the end, right? As long as the
Yeah,
clients like the
right.
pictures.
Yeah. And
It's good
it's
to develop your own artistic style too, you know.
I've been trying to find it, but I think I'm not there yet. I'm on my way on finding my own style.
All right. Couple more questions here. I know you're pretty new, but do you have a good piece of photography advice that you've learned in the short time that you've been shooting that you could give to other people looking to start doing photography?
Photography advice?
Yeah.
I think just not to be scared and try to get yourself out there and communicate with people. I feel like a lot of photographers, especially beginner photographers and creative people in general, some of them are introverts and they're very afraid of communicating with other people. During their first sessions, they're afraid of posing people or tell them what to do.
Yeah.
My biggest advice, just not to be scared of that. I think communication is the key in photography. And even when I just started, I met some other photographers and asked advice on how they pose, how they edit, how they shoot. I came with them to their sessions, just shadow them and watch what they're doing. My second advice would be like to a photographer you really like and just ask the advice, ask for the help. Maybe they will teach you something interesting that will help you to grow faster.
Yeah, most
Yeah.
photographers I know are eager to help others. I haven't met very many photographers like, no, I'm not going to help you. So don't be scared.
I think in San Diego it's a really nice community where everyone is sharing and very kind to each other and like community over competition. But I've met some photographers, they were like, "Oh, I don't want to like, tell you," or "Pay me $300 and then I will tell
Oh,
you."
wow.
Yeah, I mean it depends on the person, but I'm generally like very open to people, and I think communication and like community is more important than
Right.
like just your own separate thing.
Well, let's look at another photo here. 1 second. This is a very San Diego picture.
Oh, this is like one of my most favorite photos that I took. I
Do you
think
know that
the
person? Do you know that surfer
no,
in the
so
picture?
I have a whole story from that. So originally I had a proposal shoot on this beach. I was waiting for a couple and they told me they're coming. I've been waiting for them for more than an hour and they never
Oh,
showed
wow.
up. They just stopped answering. I don't know what happened first time with me. People just didn't show up and didn't answer. As I was sitting there, there were some surfers and this girl, she was just walking. And I think it was the perfect timing when she stood up and the sun like coming through the back of her, like in the middle. It was like one of the most beautiful sunsets. A lot of sunsets are nice here in San Diego, but some of them are really cloudy and gray and overcast and you don't see. But here, I love the picture and the sun
What
and
beach was this at,
the
or where
girl.
is this location?
A good question. This is not even the beach. It's somewhere in La Jolla in the
Okay.
houses area. It's just mostly for surfers, and there were just 5 people in there.
Okay.
It's very small and no one knows about it. It's local. I don't even know the name of the beach.
Another question for you. Have you ever thought about what you want to happen to all these photos you've taken when you die? Do you care? Or
I've never actually thought about it until recently because I'm going to college right now. I'm learning black and white film photography. You have some classes about history, and I actually was doing a presentation yesterday about one of the most famous photographers and why I like him. I was thinking why some people become famous and
yeah.
they become remembered and they photos are featured everywhere, but most photographers who are just like families, they don't really become like
Yeah.
featured, very famous. I want to be remembered for something special, but I'm still thinking like, what can I do to be very like really unique or
Yeah.
do something that no one else is doing to be remembered for?
I mean, you just
And I'm
started, so
still
you have a
trying.
long way.
Yeah. The only thing I'm kind of regret I didn't start it like 10 years ago. I know a lot of photographers who are very successful now, but they started when they were like 18 or 15 and they've been
Yeah.
doing it for their whole life. I am almost 30 and I'm just starting, but
You're still
I
young.
think
You're still young.
it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's look at another picture. Some joy and
Mhm.
happiness in this picture.
This was again from that session with 40 people when I was helping. And when I'm not the main photographer, the son and dad, they were playing. This is like one of my favorite prompts to tell little kids. They have very little attention span. They start crying or being angry quick. play with him, like throw him up a little bit, tickle them, and he loves that. The boy was so happy, little kids. And he was 2 years old. I know when I was a nanny, I was working with a 2-year-old boy. He looked similar. And one of his favorites when I was throwing him out in
Throw 'em
the
up, yeah.
air. Yeah. But I couldn't do it for a long time because I was
You're the kid
tired.
whisperer. You know how to speak their
But
language.
here I love how like the pose is like perfect when he's flying and his legs are like like it
Yeah,
looks
there's total
fun.
separation. There's total separation from the
Yeah,
kid
yeah,
from
right.
the.
He's in the air and it's like
That's awesome.
sharp, it's quality.
You sent a picture that didn't come out that great. Let's take a look at that one. What were you disappointed at in this picture that you took?
I worked for a company, and usually when I have clients from a company, I don't really communicate with them too much. We just meet at the location. And I think the girl, she was living here, and the guy was traveling, meeting her here, and they're dating. They chose
Yeah,
this beach, La Jolla Shores. I didn't really realize that this is such a touristy place. There are a lot of people on the
in the
background, and they're
background. Yeah,
everywhere. You cannot find the place with no people around. And I think their outfits, like they're wearing, it's totally doesn't work with the beach. They're
yeah.
wearing this like sea dinner cocktail
Like New York, they
style.
look like they should be in New York or
Yeah,
something like that.
yes, right? I feel like the couple and the background is totally separate. It's like almost a shop to the beach. Like, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, you can clean up the background with Photoshop with AI and clean up, but it takes a lot of work if you have a lot of
Yeah,
background
especially
elements.
right now. I don't know how photographers were surviving like 10, 15 years ago when there was no AI and they had to manually choose every subject and clean it out. Now it's so easy. You just click on it and AI basically
Yeah,
just removes it. And that would be a lot of work to remove all the subjects from the
it looks
background.
like the sun. The
Yeah.
sun is they're facing the wrong way too, right? Because they're
Yeah,
dark.
that's
They're in the
another
shadows.
thing. Yeah, it was like 12 during the day. I don't really enjoy shooting during the day. Having hard time with finding the perfect lighting. The background is much brighter than the people.
Yeah. When you shoot at this time of day, you need like a flash or a reflector or something to show
Yeah,
shine light on them.
exactly. Yeah, I haven't had it.
Okay. I have one more thinker for you. Are there any celebrities you'd like to try to shoot? Any celebrity portraits? If you could shoot any celebrity, alive or dead, what celebrity would you pick?
I am very weird person with celebrities. From my childhood, everyone was so interested in their lives and knew their like whole life story and names and all this stuff. And I was always like, I don't really have like favorite celebrities or their like names, but I think that probably sounds very how to say it? I forgot this word. Like Angelina Jolie,
Angelina
right?
Jolie. Yeah.
Yeah, she was like one of my favorites from childhood. I only know like a few names of famous people, so
Yeah. You're not a big
I
celebrity person.
no, not at
Yeah.
all.
That's fine.
I
Yeah.
think I would love to take a photo of her.
I have a special surprise for you. I'm going to show you one of my photos that I've taken, and I love your critique
Yeah.
or opinions on it. Kind of
Okay,
flip the tables here and get your any critiques that you have on my picture.
I'll try.
Okay, since you sent me a kissing picture, I figured I would send you a kissing picture as well. A little different though.
Okay. I actually like the picture.
Oh, you like it? Okay. Do you like the angle and the composition of this picture? I can handle it.
No, actually, for me, I would just think it's hard to judge because it's like not real people. But for me, I would just change their skin tones on the statues because for me they look like red,
Yeah, I did
red,
get that critique from other people. Yeah, I got that critique from other people too. Yeah,
and
that
I
is a
would
good one.
probably just make them a little like smaller and then more sky and more ground on the
Okay.
sides. Overall, I like the composition.
The
I
hardest
really
part
like
about
this
this picture,
perspective.
the hardest part was getting people out of the shot because it's a very popular tourist area.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yes,
had to
that's true.
wait until the tourists were like out of the picture, and
But you could
I tried
Photoshop
to.
them.
You can,
Also,
but
what is? Yeah,
go ahead.
sorry.
I was gonna say it's a little difficult if you have a bunch of people to Photoshop them. It's easier if you
Yeah,
maybe have
true.
one person.
Yeah, I don't like this gray box in the front. What is it? Like something with names
No, I
of
think that's just a
people.
sitting area for tourists. I think that box in the front is
I
just a
would
sitting
like
area.
delete that from the
Try to
picture,
Photoshop it out.
probably. Because I
Okay.
feel like it's a little bit distracting for me, at least.
Okay.
Because I'm looking at it too, as well as the statue and the ship. But I like
Yeah.
the sunset colors, very
I
bright.
appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback. All
You're
right.
welcome.
A couple more questions and we'll wrap things up here. Is there a dream shot in your mind that you want to achieve in the next couple of years? Like I want to get this type of shot, this location, or something like that.
Dream shot. I always dreamed to shoot in a desert,
Oh,
or my old dream is to go to the Burning Man. I've seen some very beautiful photos from there. It's just so many artistic people there. It was the desert and white dresses, but not like regular wedding. They were kind of like festival dresses.
gotcha.
And it was just very beautiful outfits, beautiful people, and the place. I love like white and creamy tones. I love to shoot in a desert or like with the sand on the beach. I think it's like
Do they
one of my
do they
dreams.
allow professional photographers to go to Burning Man, or you have to get a media pass? Do you know?
I'm
You might
not
do some
I'm not
research on that one.
sure. I think I would just go as as every other person as a participant with a
Yeah.
normal ticket, and I would just get photos of random people all over.
I mean, you
Some
got to be
people that
careful
I
though.
find interesting.
If they don't allow professional cameras, you might get your camera taken away or something like that. I don't know the rules
Oh no, I think
there.
they definitely allow. Like after that festival, all my Instagram feed was with professional pictures of some
Okay.
like celebrities and from photographers who were doing like weddings and shoots there. So it's
Okay.
definitely allowed, I think. I would
Good to
just
know.
ask random people that I like to take photos with me, for me, for how to say it.
Do you have any crazy stories from any of your photography? Anything weird happened to you out there that you can think of?
Not really. I had one like weird situation. I'm used to doing photos for families and couples, and where at least like they have some event or some purpose, like anniversary, holiday, birthday, whatever. Once I was hired again. It was from the company client. Here was a guy about like 55 years old, and he hired me for 2 hours. He also hired 4 or 5 more model like girls, and it wasn't in his house, so I was a little bit like scared to go like
Oh
in
my
the
God.
house. And then it was all like fine. The girls were just like doing some yoga, and then we went on a golf cart to the beach and shot on the beach. They were like in nice dresses, but I was trying to ask him like, what exactly does he need? Like, what is it for? He never told me any answer. Like, I didn't get what
Oh,
was the
really?
purpose of that shoot. Like, is it just for him or for his business or just for fun? So, like, I don't know. It was
So you
just
have no idea
weird
why you were
because
there.
some girls came from LA, like two of them. They were also like looking at each other, like, what am I doing here? What's going on? No one knew. We were just like, okay, let's just go with the flow. One girl
Oh my
was just like
gosh.
sitting on her phone the whole time, and even when I asked her like to smile and get like out of the phone and just put it away, she was like, okay. It was really like weird.
Maybe he's lonely and wanted some company or something. He's lonely and wanted some company. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure too.
Well, maybe you'll
Yeah,
see them someday on some random website. Hopefully, not a X-rated website or something like that.
probably. I don't know. Yeah, but I know in
Interesting.
because I work with just regular people, not like in fashion or not for like sometimes for businesses. I also have an event in November. I'm gonna be working for Leukemia, like Cancer Society. They're doing a night walk in Waterfront Park. It's like a 3-hour event, and they're doing a charity. They help people with cancer or people who recovered or their families for like someone who died from it. And I will be working with them on that event, so it's really gonna be interesting for me.
That'd be a good learning
And
experience for sure.
yeah, I always that's like my rule of growth. I always do what I'm like scared of, like always something new. Like I went to the base, like a military base, a few times to do like marine homecoming when a guy came from Japan on the ship. I
Yeah.
wasn't actually allowed to shoot the ship there. They told me later, but I didn't even know. I've done a
Ignorance is
few,
bliss.
yeah, like I've done a few like baptism sessions at the church and even weddings. When it's your first wedding, you feel so anxious and worried, and then you just learn. And so every time I have something new, I just go for it and do it right away.
That's a great way to learn fast. Learn fast
Oh
and
yeah. Yeah,
fail.
I guess at first I was like, oh my God, maybe like I won't be able to do it, or I don't know how to do it. And I was just scared, and I'm gonna just be in the same level the whole time if I always say no to new
Right.
opportunities. Even if I'm scared, it's fine. When it's something new and I know like I'm driving there and I feel like my heart a little bit nervous, but that's how
Right.
I know I'm gonna learn from it and grow and become more
So,
successful.
what is the best way if people want to set up a session with you? Do you prefer Instagram or a website or email? How do you prefer people to contact you?
The best ways, I prefer website, of course.
Website?
I know some people text me on Instagram. I always ask them to fill in my booking form on my website, because I have all the information that they need, like their name, their contact, their phone number, email, what type of session they want, like all the information. Later, when I do the contract for them, I don't have to ask them all the time, like,
All
what's your
that,
phone
yeah.
number? What's your email? What's your full name? I already have everything. This way, it's much easier for me.
Well, I'll link to that in the description of the video for those people watching it. Make it easy
Yeah,
for you.
my website, my great photography.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts while we wrap things up here? Thank you so much for
Yeah, it
joining.
was really nice talking to you. It's my first interview for YouTube. I didn't know what to expect actually, and I'm glad I did it. It was really Nice.
Yeah,
And
I know you're kind of
yeah,
starting out. We'll have you come back in a couple years and we'll see your progress, see how amazing you
hopefully
are.
I wish you the same with your photography and with your YouTube channel. Hopefully in a couple years we see like thousands of followers and millions of views in your YouTube channel.
Thank you so much.
Oh
I
yeah.
hope so too. We'll just keep giving them good content and hopefully that will come along in
Yeah,
the
I like
future.
how like it's very nice to like everything that you do, like with connecting photographers and doing interviews, and it's useful to like hear other photographers' stories.
Yeah.
So I think it's very helpful and good for the community. You
We
live
try
in
to make
San
it
Diego too, or
yeah,
where do you
yeah,
live?
I'm near downtown San Diego.
Okay, yeah. How many years have you been living here? Or you were born here?
I'm from Indiana originally and then moved
Indiana.
here for college and then stayed here after college from San Diego State.
Nice.
Yeah, if you're ever
Nice.
downtown, let me know and I'll shoot with you sometime. That'd be fun.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. Have a good day. We'll talk again soon.
Yeah,